He's a round-faced jovial man, and he ran the coal business. Sorry, hold on. Yes. पैराफर्नेलिया का क्या मतलब है? पैराफर्नेलिया मीनिंग
hates to eat those TV dinners. I don't blame him.
Dick Delacroix's a pet. I think he's cute.
Get the new roof up? Finished yesterday.
Come on, Harry, put it back.
Did you ever hear of taxes going down?
Then I'm going to finish it off with some lace around the sleeves.
Harry, you come here now. Sally.
Come here.
Bobby, Mark.
You, Bob, come here, now.
Little late today, folks. Guess this'll do it, Harry. Some of you fellas want to give me a hand?
Come on, Dix.
Thank you, Phil. Hi, Baxter. Think that should do it?
I clean forgot what day it was. I looked out the window and the kids was gone. And I remembered it was the 27th. I came running. You're in time. You're still getting ready.
Do you solemnly swear that you will perform without prejudice or favoritism those duties prescribed by custom and dictated by law?
I do.
Bill's up front.
Postmaster,
See you later.
this community, by the authority of my office, I appoint you master of the lottery.
Here comes Tessie, Bill.
Thought we were going to have to get on without you, Tessie.
You wouldn't have any dishes in the sink, would you, Joe?
Well, now, guess we better get started. Get this over with so as we can go back to work. Anybody else ain't here?
Dunbar.
Clyde Dunbar ain't here.
Clyde Dunbar. That's right, he's broke his leg, hasn't he? Who's drawing for him this year?
Yeah, I guess.
Janie, ain't you got a grown boy to do it for you?
Well, Horace ain't but 16 yet. I guess I'll have to do it myself.
Watson boy drawing this year?
Here. I'm drawing for me and my ma.
Good boy, Jack. Glad to see your mother's got a man to do it.
Well, I guess that's everyone. Old man Warner make it? Here. All ready? I'll read the names then. Heads of families first. The men come up and draw a paper out of the box. Now keep the paper folded in your hand without looking at it until everyone's had a turn. Everything clear? Adam.
Joe.
Nice to you. Anderson. Bentham.
Seems like there's no time at all between lotteries anymore. Seems like only last week we got through with the last one.
Time sure does go fast.
Clark. Morning, Andy.
Morning, Joe.
Delacroix. Nice man.
Hi, Joe.
Dunbar.
There she goes.
Where next?
Graves. Harvard. Hutchinson.
Get up there, Bill.
That a girl, Tessie?
Jones.
They say over in Warren County they're talking about giving up the lottery.
Pack of crazy fools, listening to the young folks. Nothing is good enough for them.
Judd.
First thing you know, everybody wanted to be going back and living in caves. Nobody work anymore. Live that way for a while.
Cleffer.
Used to be a saying, lottery in June, corn heavy soon. Next thing we'd know, we'd all be eating stewed chickweed and acorns.
Langley.
There's always been a lottery.
Hi, Mitch. Hi, Joe.
Bet they're joking with everybody.
Martin.
Some places have already quit lotteries.
Nothing but trouble in that. Pack of young fools.
Overdyke.
I wish they'd hurry.
Percy. Robinson. Summers. Warner.
77th year I've been in the lottery. 77th time.
Watson.
Don't be nervous, Jack.
Take your time, son. Zanini. Hi, George. All right, fellas.
Hutchinson's got it.
You didn't give him time enough to pick the one he wanted. I saw you. You didn't give him time. It wasn't fair. Be a good sport, Tessie.
We all took the same chance.
Shut up, Tessie.
Well, everybody, that went pretty fast. Now we're going to have to be hurrying a little more to get done in time. Bill, you drew for the Hutchinson family. You got any other households in the Hutchinsons? Any in-laws? Grandchildren?
There's Dawn and Eva. Make them take their chance.
Daughters draw with their husbands' families. You know that as well as anyone else, Tessie.
It isn't fair.
I guess not, Joe. My married daughter draws with her husband's family. It's only fair. I got no other family except the kids.
How many kids, Bill?
3. Nancy, Bill Jr., Davy, and Tessie and me.
All right, Harry, you got 4 tickets ready?
Yeah.
Drop them in the box. Take Bill's and put it in. Ready, Bill?
I think we should start over. It wasn't fair. They didn't give him time enough to choose. Everybody saw that. Well, you all saw that. Please listen to me. Joe didn't give Bill enough time.
You ready, Bill? Remember, take a slip and keep it folded until each person's taken one. Harry, you help little Davy. Take the paper out of the box, Davy. Just take one. Harry, you hold it for me. Nancy? Bill Jr.? Tessie? Bill?
I hope it's not Nancy.
It ain't the way it used to be. People ain't the way they used to be.
All right, open the papers. Harry, you open up Davy's. Nancy? Bill Jr.? Tessie? Bill? It's Tessie. Show us her paper, Bill. right, folks, let's finish quickly.
Come on, hurry up.
I can't run.
You go ahead, I'll catch up with you. Here, Davy. It isn't fair! It isn't fair! It isn't right!
Fucking hell, dude. So. Okay. So, how do you explain this to me?
The Lottery. This story is based on true story. In a small American town, the villagers gather at 1st January of the year for a traditional event called the Lottery. Villagers, including family and friends, stone the chosen person to death as part of a sacrificial tradition. The story ends abruptly, leaving the reader with a sense of shock and unease. It highlights the dangers of blindly following tradition, even if it involves violence and cruelty. The Lottery serves as a critique of mindless conformity and the potential for darkness within seemingly ordinary communities.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Balcarcel. Let's talk about The Lottery, the short story by Shirley Jackson. The plot is not too hard to understand, except that you don't realize what's going on until the very end. People gather in the town square, then they seem to be gathering up stones, especially the children, and then there's the actual lottery. That means a drawing where somebody is going to win. Now it turns out that after everybody pulls out their pieces of paper, and there's this elaborate ritual where family units go, and then the actual family members draw their numbers. But finally, Tessie Hutchinson, one of the housewives, one of the mothers in the community, gets the paper with a black dot on it. And she doesn't win anything good. In fact, she is marked to die. The villagers grab up stones and stone her to death. And that's the end. So why did Shirley Jackson put such a horrifying story together? And what is she trying to say with it? Well, we get one explanation of why this lottery even exists from one of the characters, Old Man Warner. He explains that there's some connection between the corn that's growing and this ritual. So he says, lottery in June, corn be heavy soon. And that tells us that these people thought of it as a fertility ritual, like if you kill somebody, then the crops will be good. That's the only rationale inside the story that we get. So we get this sense of superstition, I guess. And when people talk to Old Man Warner about not doing the lottery and discontinuing it, he says, oh, those pack of fools, those young people, they don't understand, and they don't know what they're doing. And other villages have stopped the lottery, but not this one. This one keeps going. So inside the story, the internal logic is just that it's tradition, and we do it because we've always done it, and maybe because it relates to successful crops. Now, outside the story, I think we can look at it and see a couple of things. Obviously, Tessie Hutchinson is just as likely to stone other people when it turns out that she's the victim, oh, now she doesn't like the lottery. Now she says it's not fair. But everybody else goes along with it, and you have to figure that she would have gone along with it too if it hadn't been her family and herself sacrificed. So you get the idea that everybody's motivation just has to do with the fact that they have a lot of peer pressure, like everyone does this, so of course we're going to do it. Or we could say that they're motivated by tradition. They are not examining the tradition, they just blindly go on and perform this horrific act. And it's sanctioned by all the authorities of the town, the postmasters there, the Mr. Summers, everybody who administers this thing. They have the credibility, the authority to do this, and people give them that authority. So you could say that the social structure has deemed that someone will die every year, and these people just go along with it. So maybe the story is trying to say people should not just go along with traditions without thinking. Or maybe the story is trying to say people should stand up to authority. When authority is wrong, you should protest. And we might even have a critique of democracy here, because apparently everybody wants to do it, but that doesn't make it right. So sometimes the group may move us in the wrong direction, or just because the group has agreed to do it doesn't necessarily mean that it is moral to do, or necessary, or good to do. Now we also have, I think, a critique of small town life. Shirley Jackson moved into a small town, Bennington, Vermont, as it turns out, where she was never accepted. And knowing that little tidbit about the author makes me think that she was thinking of how cruel people can be. It looks like a sweet little town, but gosh, if they don't accept you, or they decide that there's something different about you that's uncomfortable for them, you might be ostracized, you might be shunned, left out of the society, and it's not the same as being stoned or killed, but you can see the capacity for cruelty, even in what looks like a perfectly sweet, friendly, small town. Now also, if you add this to the history going on at the time that the story was written, we can see that it might be a wake-up call to say that humans are capable of evil. Even Americans, even small-town America is capable of evil. The story is written right after World War II. So America has this good guy complex at this point, because America plus Britain has defeated the Nazi forces and Hitler. So everybody feels really like, oh, we did a great job, all good for us, and so on. But part of that good feeling only comes when you try to say, well, we're good, therefore someone else is bad. So, those other folks, the Germans and people who went along with the Nazi regime, they're just different than we are. When in fact, they're not different. We're all humans, we're all capable of something like this. We too need to guard against doing things that are wrong. And Shirley Jackson is suggesting that we need to examine ourselves carefully, examine our actions carefully, introspect deeply, and live a conscious life instead of just getting involved in something without realizing it. Whether it's from peer pressure, social pressure, townspeople pressure, national pressure, realize that each of us could be capable of this sort of thing, and we need to guard against it. Well, that's what I think about this story. There's so much more you can explore here. Pages and pages have been written about the symbolism of the names. We have someone named Mr. Graves, for example. The symbolism of the box, the fact that it's black and mysterious and hidden and old. So elements of the story can be analyzed in detail. But this gives a broad outline of some of the issues that I think Shirley Jackson raises. All right, hope you will join me for another video.
Thank you.